So many books, so little time. What's up, my nerds? As you can maybe kind of see behind me, I got a little bit of organization done in my office, but it is not yet bookshelf tour worthy. Also, I haven't read anything in like 2 months because of school. Thankfully, school is going to be over this weekend, so I get to read all of the books. For the few of you that may not know, TBR is an acronym and it stands for To Be Read. It's a list of books that you want to read desperately, but you need to kind of have a place to jot them all down because there are so many good books out there. You can find my complete TBR list on Goodreads. I'll put a link in the doobly-doo. I am currently sitting at 233 books. That's a lot of words. I am of course not going to go through all 233 books here, but I am going to give you a small taste of what I'm going to be reading in the next few weeks. So for those of you who follow our channel and have been longtime viewers, you may know that I don't buy very many physical copy books. I am a huge e-reader person. I use my Kindle app on my phone, on my tablet, on the computer, wherever. If it's in electronic format, I am all over it. But sometimes you can't really help but to buy a physical copy of a book. First on my list is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I have been waiting for this book for so freaking long. This is going to be a WordNerds book club pick. I cannot remember if it's for June or July, but it's one of those 2 months. So if you don't have it, get it because it's one of our picks. Also, Becky Albertalli, the author of this book, did a guest vlog for us a few weeks back. I'm going to put the link in the doobly-doo for you to check out because again, get on it. Next on my TBR is The Body Electric by Beth Revis. So I'm told that this book takes place in the same universe as her Across the Universe series. So I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not, but regardless, I'm excited to read it because Beth Revis. And of course there are times when you mention that you want a box set of a book on a live chat and your mom just so happens to watch it and gets it for you. So Days of Blood and Starlight and Dream of Gods and Monsters are definitely high up on my TBR. And last up for the physical copy portion of my TBR, when I eventually get done organizing all of this mess, one of these cubes is going to be dedicated to physical copy books of my personal friends. And currently I have Madly Deeply by our very own Erica Crouch, which you've heard us talk many times on this channel, so why don't you have this book yet? And a recently released book from one of my friends, Emmy Mears, called Storm in a Teacup. And as amazing of an author that she is an equally amazing person. I will say that this is not a young adult book. I think this is the only young adult book on my TBR right now. And thanks to NetGalley, my very first items on my TBR list to read are Scarlet Undercover by Jennifer Latham. This comes out next Tuesday, May 19th. And From a Distant Star by Calyn McQuestion, which also comes out May 19th. So keep a lookout for my reviews on those books, which will be up very shortly, and also the release on Tuesday. And this is the part of the video where I ask for your help. Now that school is almost over, I get to focus on writing. And my goal for the summer is to completely finish the first draft of my current work in progress. And at its core, this is one of the most darkest things that I have ever written. So naturally, to get my head in that gear space, I am looking for all things dark and horror. Now that Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda is out, I have a new most anticipated read, and it comes out in September, so we still have to wait a long time, but it's called Daughters Unto Devils by Amy Lukavics. And holy crap, does it sound amazing. Links are in the doobly-doo for all of the books that I have talked about so far. Check that one out if you're into horror because it looks amazing. So if you have any recommendations of anything horror or dark, it can be young adult, it can be adult, it doesn't matter. Leave me some recommendations in the doobly-doo below so I can check them out. In the meantime, while I wait for some recommendations, I'm going to read Salem's Lot by the one and only Stephen King. I have not read this. I think it's a movie. Haven't seen the movie. I know, right? And I know that it looks like I've read this before because it's really beaten up, but I got this at a yard sale. Somebody else has loved this book. And now I get to love it. Or, you know, cry because it's so scary.